Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about being still. And I think for me that's one of the hardest things ever. I tend to be a person that wants to be doing things or accomplishing something or, feeling like it's important to show something for your efforts or to, be actively pursuing something. So to be still and to stop is often hard. So I wanted to clear energy around this to help myself to be still, and anyone else that feels they might need that, I hope that you can benefit as well. So a lot is happening right now in the world. In a way, I think the world is a scary place at the moment. So wanting to help us all to go back into that trust mode and to go back into feeling that we have strength within us to accomplish whatever it is that we need to, and to be able to make a difference in the world, even if we're just one small person, that we actually do have the power to influence other people for good. Anyway, that's my base for today. Not highly prepared, just, whatever comes. So the first thing comes up is our base chakra, which is like belonging, fitting in, our tribe, knowing, I guess, what our purpose is or why we're here or, what we have to offer. Sometimes we doubt that we have anything to offer. All right, I choose to be joyous. And sometimes we just have to choose anyway, even though it seems impossible. That's like the hardest thing. I allow others the freedom to use their power and be who they are. Because I guess we really want everyone to be who they are and not to be somebody else. We need everyone to be their real self because we need each real person to help us be our real person. So let's go a little into our mind. All right, my mind is a powerful instrument for good. My mind no longer reverts to fear when I am in challenging situations. So that one's got a generational component from Dad's side of the family, Dad's mum, and the women. Details are easily taken care of when I see the big picture. So now we're going into the large intestine meridian. And I guess we could say a lot of us feel a little bit gutted with all that's happening. The freedoms that we took for granted have been taken from us. And so it's very scary right now to know exactly, what it is that we need to do, what our purpose is, and how we go about living our life in a meaningful way. So the large intestine meridian actually runs along, it's on both arms, so I'll show you that. So you could get arm pain, shoulder pain, neck pain, stuff with your nose. So this meridian, I don't know, have you got any pain along that area? An oil that comes up here is geranium. So geranium is the oil of love and trust. So we need to sort of have love with ourselves and trust that even though we're going through difficult things now, that we will bring good out of this, even if we feel weak or hopeless. Geranium is a gentle oil. This is from Essential Emotions. Geranium is a gentle oil perfect for babies and children. It nurtures the inner child and supports in reparenting this aspect of the self. Individuals who have a difficult time accessing their emotions can be supported by geranium. It leads away from the logical mind and into the warmth and nurture of the heart. At its root, geranium heals the heart, instills unconditional love, and fosters trust. So how is your heart? How are you feeling? How are you tuning into your heart? Are you listening? And I feel that we receive divine messages. We comes through the crown chakra. we have to kind of use our intuition and speak and follow our heart. It's like it should connect up. And also we have like the lower, Cassie said she needs geranium. So the lower meridians connect us to the earth, to Mother Earth. And so we need that grounding. We need like that inspiration. So, Heavenly Father, Mother Earth, and we need that connection which meets in our heart. So what comes up here is grieving. So what are you grieving for? Another companion oil here is pink pepper. So this is about intrinsic equality. So pink pepper exposes the tendency of people to compare themselves to others. It challenges individuals to acknowledge their judgments of self and others generated by the comparisons. Oftentimes, individuals use judgment as a way to condemn the undesirable or disowned aspects of themselves. They don't recognize they are using external factors as a measuring stick of self-worth. Pink pepper teaches that comparison never leads to happiness, but rather increases sorrow. Pink pepper teaches that judgment and comparison are maladies of the heart. The only antidote to these insecurity-based behaviors is self-love and compassion. This oil catalyzes stagnant heart space energies and moves the individual toward belief in the goodness of self and ultimately the belief in the goodness of others. Pink pepper reminds that being patient, kind, and loving to oneself, individuals can learn to extend that same mercy to those around them. Okay, so obviously we need to tune back into our heart and what we feel is important for our heart. So, for those people that are on our call this morning, where is your body talking to you? Where is it telling you there's energy is stuck? So we got the throat chakra coming up. So the throat chakra is about expressing ourselves, isn't it? About being truthful with others and perhaps being truthful with ourselves, which is probably, for me, the hardest one. I'm creating resolution in my communicating with others. I'm increasing in mental awareness and health. Okay, so prosperity comes. Oh, Cassie said, thank you for getting up and giving of yourself. Thank you. I am spiritual and prosperous. I listen and follow inspiration. Others value what I do and reward me. All right, I earn money easily and I spend enough and save enough. I attract all the help, encouragement and support I need to grow my business. So if you are thinking about doing a business, what is the business that you would do? And who are you wanting to help or make a difference to? And how do you see yourself making that difference? I think each of us have something to offer, and we need to act on what we feel. Sometimes we're scared or we feel that we can't do it, but sometimes we need a door to close to be willing to open the window of where we need to go. And at the moment, there are windows closing, people being forced to do things they don't want to do. So then we have to look at what window opens when the door closes. Catherine mentions, I have a problem with others value what I do. I get criticism here and there for my writing and it affects me, trying to get thick-skinned. Well, I found the same thing. I was criticised by someone years ago when I first started teaching energy clearing, and I found it very hurtful, and I also found it very difficult to stay believing in myself that what I'm doing is important. And I guess we have to come to the terms of why are we doing it? Are we doing it to make everybody happy, or are we doing it to speak to our tribe. It doesn't matter if that's only a few people. It doesn't matter if we don't speak to everybody. It only matters that we speak truthfully what we feel in our hearts is important. And when people criticize us, it's because they see in us parts of themselves that they don't like. That's okay. It's okay for us to be that person and that lesson for them. So let's say I allow myself to see beyond criticism. I think for me and for others too, that the worst critic is the critic in our head. And that critic is way meaner and crueler than any other critic that we may meet in life. And if someone doesn't like what we say, that's okay. We've at least given them reason to think. And, they can draw their own conclusion. That's fine. But even if we just prompted them to think, we've made a difference. So often the chatter we have in our head is not us. It's not the real us. It's the ego. And Catherine says, yes, I'm recognizing exactly that and focusing on my motive. Perfect. And also focusing on who is the person that you're really speaking to. Because we don't speak to everybody. There are particular people that we have in mind when we speak. And we need to focus on the people that we have in mind and why we're speaking to them and why we feel so strongly about what's in our heart to explain to people. And if we go back to that basic, it will help us every time. So when you have those impressions on what you should do, you follow your heart. When your lawyer or ego starts pulling up the reasons why we shouldn't follow our heart, we begin to doubt ourselves. This constant battle within us is so destructive. It may have the voice of our mother or our brother or our sister or someone we love, but it is trying to distract us from our true purpose. Thank you, Catherine. She said, I love what you just said. All right, when we feel our purpose and we follow it, we feel energized, invigorated, and hopeful. When we ignore our heart, we feel sad, depressed, exhausted, and defeated. We cannot see the light ahead. The saying that you have to put one foot into the dark, then the light will come, is often true. We may feel strongly to accomplish a goal, but not see clearly the way to accomplish it. Committing yourself to what you believe is so important. When we make this commitment, our mind and our whole being then look for new ways to make it happen. This commitment will bring up a huge amount of fear or resistance. This is where clearing the energy on our goals is vital. So when we face our fears and address the feelings, we truly begin to grow. This is so profound, yet so scary. When we withdraw and go back into our old rut, we are unhappy. These feelings of unhappiness can cause us to take on addictions or avoidance tactics. We look for a hit to escape the boredom and pain of living beneath our potential. So when we are living life to our highest values, we become so involved with what we wish to do that we no longer need our addictions or avoidance tactics. Believing that we can change our lives is the first step. Having a picture of how we want our life to be is the next step. Knowing the steps necessary to get where we want to be, investing in ourselves as we take the plunge. So there are often things that we muscle test. So we're talking about being still. And in this time of conflict, being still is about us coming back to what we feel in our hearts is what we want to do and how we want to help people or how we want to make a difference. And, if this little call this morning is a step for you in following your heart a little bit more easily, then I will be happy. All right, I claim my right and privilege of joy in life. So often we forget to have joy or to do the things that bring us joy. All right, support and encouragement is easily available and string-free. My spiritual growth and my understanding of life are continually broadened and are reflected in the accomplishments of my goals. My growth is enjoyable, though at times challenging. I love who I am and who I am becoming. And I guess that's the whole point of life, isn't it? Is to become who we really are. It's like this unlearning of what we've learnt about ourselves and to go deeper and learn who we really are and what is really in our heart and how we're going to use what is in our heart for the benefit of mankind. So we're going into what we call the plug and play list. So if I say to you, I want you to imagine that you're in a forest and there's a beautiful breeze, the sun is sprinkling through the trees, and you can just feel the energy that you're receiving from the earth and all your stresses are dissipating. And if I say that to you, we can imagine it, and that is like changes our vibration. So if we plug something in for someone, it's like we're changing their vibration. All right, Susanna, good morning. She's mentioned her second chakra. Thank you. All right, I am capable. And I guess we have to believe we can accomplish what's in our heart, don't we? I am wanted, welcomed, and deeply loved. It's safe to feel and process my feelings. What else comes up here is overwhelmed with emotional stress. It's safe to express my affection. I allow others to be responsible for themselves. Often we want to change things for other people to make their life better or easier, or to feel that it's possible for things to change. And we can encourage people to do that, but we can't force them. All right, so what else is coming up here is feeling abandoned by God. Also feeling I cannot heal. I am complete. I trust in God's plan for me and my family. I trust that things will be exactly as they should be, even though the way is unclear. And I guess that comes back to the stillness, isn't it? We have to trust that good will come out of this difficulty. And even though the world may be changed or not exactly the same, we will be stronger and we will be more capable to deal with whatever's happening. It is hard to change and it is hard to accept that change is happening. But we need to support each other as we change and as we decide that we are a person that good can come through, like, that we listen to our divine messages, we be still and we hear what we feel in our heart, and then that we send that out into the world. So now we're going to go into the brow chakra, which is about our intuition again. So I'm just going to jump back a little. We were talking about our plug and play list, and so what needs to be plugged in is stress relief. So we're going to plug in as if you'd had a full body massage and maybe a walk in the forest. So we can also plug in some hours of relaxation, like 17 hours. So just the feeling of that, having been able to relax. All right, my intuition and awareness are gifts. I acknowledge I am the source in creating my life the way I want it to be. I grow in wisdom day by day. I choose to be happy and balanced. I easily cut through any illusion and find the truth. Now we're going to the crown chakra. Migraines are coming up here. So I don't know if you've had headaches, anybody, or migraines. And myrrh oil is coming up. So myrrh oil is like Mother Earth and grounding. So we use Kim's book for a nice affirmation. All right, my base chakra is activated, resonant, and protecting. I am safe to move forward. I heal my open wounds with the dry, warm, cleansing air of love. Feeling the warmth and security of a mother's love for her child, I feel safe and secure in my being. I let go of fear and the old habits of overthinking and worry as the mental distractions they are. I am faith-filled and trusting. Okay. So thank you for those that jumped on the call. I hope that there was something there for you. And, of course, I'm happy for you to share with anyone or invite anyone into our group. I will be teaching an energy clearing course from the 23rd to the 25th, and due to circumstances, it will probably have to be online. So the format will be probably 9:30 till 3 with, small breaks in between. Yeah, if you're interested, let me know. I was hoping to be in person, but it doesn't look like that's possible at this particular point in time. Thank you to those who are very supportive of me and encouraging, and I hope that I can return that favour and be supportive and encouraging to you. I really believe in the goodness of people and their ability to do their life in such a way that we all are blessed and benefited by others' ability to choose good. Oh, thank you, Catherine. She said, thank you, Tanya. You said things I needed. Love you. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. Okay, so I hope you can pull something good out of today and have a little quiet time and talk to your heart. Okay, all the best. See you.